So today we are talking about the power of over performance. Okay. We live in a noisy world, right? We all can agree with that, ladies. This is all about social media, the world, women in business. When they think of themselves and what it takes for them to be successful, they think, I have to perform, right? I have to put on the show and I've got to be on all the time. And this leaves women exhausted. It leaves women thinking, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not, strong enough and I don't want to perform. So today we're going to challenge that thinking that you do not need to perform. Okay. You do not need to perform to be successful in life, whether it's in business, whether it's in pageants. All right. And who best to talk to us about this topic than the Universal Petite Queen? So I am so excited that you are all here. All right. And here's the thing, when we think about queens, it's an interesting topic, right? I think that most people, and you ladies tell me if you agree, that they think that you're kind of all about performance, right? Because they think of the hair, they think of the crown, the sash. But what they're not thinking about is that you actually, in order to win, you need to be authentic. You need to be present and connect with your audience at a deeper level. So I think the audience needs to hear from you guys. Who are you when you take off the crown and the sash? So who wants to start that?
For me, being a beauty for me, being a beauty queen is my entire personality.
Oh,
Because it's not about just the crown and the sash. It's about what you have inside and what you give to the people, what you learn and what you teach to the people. That's pretty important. And we also do social labor. We have a platform, a big platform here that we can improve ourselves and also give something good to the society.
yes, absolutely. So you bring up a really, really good point that again, it's not just about performing for yourself and self empowerment, right? This goes beyond self empowerment. This goes to, hey, who do I represent? Right? The people that are looking up to me, the people that I represent, the countries in which I represent, the beautiful diversity that is sitting with me right now, because we've got women from everywhere. We've got Peru, we've got Australia, right? Puerto Rico, Dio, okay? So, it's not just about who we represent, but, the people that are also we're connecting with, right?
Yeah.
So, who are you when you take off that sash?
I am mother, I am businesswoman, and I try my best to make true my dream.
Mhm.
So I decided to be in the pageant because it helped me with my personal growth. It helped me to with my confidence and overcame my fears to speak English as a second language. So this pageant it means a lot to me because I overcame a lot of fear, and now I can say I feel really authentic. I have, I feel more confident. I can be talking here in front of a big audience, in front of you girls, and I feel happy and I feel fine. So I invite everyone to try once in a while a paella because it will help you a lot with your confidence.
It's interesting that you say, you had to overcome a fear, right? I think people sometimes think that you have to be fearless in order to succeed. And I disagree, right? And you're a beautiful example of what that is. You had this fear of, hey, I need to learn another language and I have to communicate my essence into that language and you've overcome it. So, courage and doing these things is about doing it with fear, not in without fear.
And also some people wait until they feel ready. And you don't have to wait until you feel ready. You just have to try because learning is a process. So we are here to learning. If we have some failures, it's fine because this is part of the success.
Agreed. Agreed. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. So, ladies, let me ask you, what are some of the things that you say to yourself, right? So, we're learning, audience, that these are regular women, right? We all have fears. We all have, insecurities, right? There are things that we are battling with. And it doesn't mean that we have to overcome those things overnight. We don't have to be ready, just, like you said. So we just go through with it. What are some things to get you ready before you go on stage? Who wants to go?
I'll go. So I think that it looks different for all of us, but for me, it's not just about the stage, it's about how I present myself in life. So I always tell myself if I can be 1% better every day, then I can be able to be better than I was yesterday. Every day doesn't look the same. So some days I can wake up and my 100% can only be 50. My 100% can only be 30. Sometimes I can give 100%, but if I can be 1% better, then I think that I can be able to continue to grow and become something greater than myself because I think that's what pageantry really taught us. When we're on stage, we're representing something greater than ourselves. We're representing a platform. Every woman who is in pageantry represents something that's greater than themselves that they feel passionate about. And to be able to be an advocate for that, I think that's what the best thing that we strive for.
I love that. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Ladies? What kind of things, and I think the biggest takeaway from what you said was flexibility,
Yeah, right.
right? We have to remain flexible. It's okay if we're not on 100% one day and then we're, 20% another day. It's about what we bring to the table each and every day. So I love that so much. Ladies, what do you tell yourself before, you go on stage? What are some things you do to ground yourself to your authentic self?
Yes, well, when it does become all about stage, it is again, you do have to be yourself. So, yes, you are doing a performance on stage. We are out there, we're doing our runway, we're doing our fashion wear, whatever it is that we are doing, it is a performance. But you got to make sure that your personality shines through so that you're not just like everyone else. I think the biggest thing about stage is, are you captivating? And the only way you're going to be captivating on stage is if you're showing the audience and the judges that you are enjoying being up there and that. And the only way you can do that is if you are yourself. So for me, I breathe. So that's a big
Right.
thing. In my past, I have suffered with severe depression, anxiety, PTSD. So when it comes to being on stage and all eyes are on me, I need to ground myself through breathing. So I just stand there, I breathe in, I breathe out. And exactly like Angelica said, I remind myself, why am I there? What do I want the audience to gain from me being up there? And it's not about us, it's about them and how you can make a difference just by being on stage and showing your courage.
I love that. I love that. Beautifully said. Breath work is so important. As a clinician, I that is music to my ears because breath work is so important. It works with our nervous system, right? And again, it's a tool. It's a tool that we can utilize so that we can elevate who we are. Use the word captivating. We're all captivating. All of you are captivating in your own way. And the women watching this, you're captivating in your own way. And you may just not recognize that yet. So, breath work is one way to let that out. All right. What about you? What is something that you say to yourself before you go on stage?
I like to go to stay, but my first I like is for runway. It's for my personality. I express when I go. It's for my emotions. I like this. I like talk with you, and it's very important for me. And it's what a professional and platform is. I'm so excited for them.
That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So I think we're having a takeaway here. We're finding a theme, right? That you don't have to pretend to be somebody that you're not to
No.
succeed in this world. Whether you're on stage, having the courage to put yourself out there and be judged by others, because that does take courage. And finding that identity and stepping into that confidence of who you truly are and who you were meant to be and what you're doing for others, as you reminded us that this is a platform, right? So here's the deal. If you're watching this, you have a gift, right? And you may be sitting on that gift and you may be wondering, well, what do I do? When am I supposed to feel ready? What sign am I supposed to wait for? Maybe I have to wait until I'm not depressed anymore, or I go through my most post traumatic stress. Maybe I have to wait until I'm 100% every day, or maybe I have to wait until I learn a second language. We've learned that is not the case here. You can be who you are, utilize your gifts, step into whatever stage you have in your life, okay, whether it's a pageant stage or just the stage of your life, and do something with that gift. That is the most beautiful thing that you can do. And that it is the power of presence, okay? Not performance. So thank you, ladies, for joining us. I think it's wonderful. Good luck in all the upcoming, performances. And I look forward to seeing more of you. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.